Well, hey guys, Silly Tuck here, and welcome back to another episode of ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling. This is, of course, Hardcore TV. It's the first Hardcore TV of July 1999. You're gonna have to bear with me. It's been a hot minute since I recorded. I think the last time I recorded was just after Christmas. It's now about halfway through January, and you'll be seeing this like start of March. I love this gimmick. We're in the Riley Center here in lovely New York. Let's check that out. About 5,800 fans in St. Bonaventure. St. Bonaventure? 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 I don't know. Everything's French. Yeah, without further ado, let's just hop right into it. We've got a big main event tonight. It's the match that Paul Heyman announced last week. We had a couple continuations. We're going to see little Guido take on Chris Jericho after Guido interrupted Jericho. I'm going to really hope Guido interrupted Jericho last week because I didn't check the video, but I remember it being like that. We're going to see the 2 out of 3 falls match that Paul Heyman, not Paul Heyman, that Tosatsuba accepted with the Dudley Boys. Is actually going to kick off our show tonight. 2 out of 3 falls, the Dudleys versus Tosatsuba, and we're going to see the number 1 contenders tag team match between the Suicide Blondes and the Stormtroopers. So without further ado, let's rock and roll. We're going to open up with a 95A star, as we're actually going to start off with something pretty damn interesting, I think. We have Rob Van Dam open up the show, and he's talking again about what we always talk about here in ECW, right? That thirst for competition, that drive. That's why you come to a company like this, right? You go to the WCW and you go to WF for the big story, spotlights, whatever, right? But you come to ECW for the competition because we have genuinely some of the best in-ring talents on the entire planet. That's why you come here. And Raven comes out and interrupts RVD, and people are kind of starting to feel what this is. And Raven tells Rob Van Dam that his days are numbered as champion, and that, Raven came back not just to bring a new understanding and a new depth and a new personnel touch, if you will, to this company, but to reshake it from the ground up. And as we've learned, that belt means a lot about the outlook of the company. And Raven wants it. And just as RVD's about to respond, all of a sudden up on the side, a woman jumps up on the side, and RVD's kind of, what the fuck? What? And so RVD's trying to figure out what the hell's going on there. And Raven says, Rob, I don't think I've introduced you to Daphne here. The newest member of the Nest. You see, Rob, you have to understand something. You may be one of the top talents in the world. I'll admit it. You can fly high. I wish I could fly high. You're great at really crisp, technical wrestling. There was a time where maybe I was similar. You can brawl with the best of them. And you can put on hardcore matches just like the rest of us. But Rob, there's something that you don't have. And that's numbers. Because when you start to punch in the numbers, Rob, I have 4. And there's just one of you. And it's funny, Rob, because as I see you there, realizing that at any moment now you could be completely surrounded. Where's Abyss? Where's Percy Pringle? And then the other thought sets in. I can see it there in your eyes, setting in finally. I just introduced Daphne. Is there another? Are there more? You'll have to wait and find out, Rob. But for now, quoth the Raven, nevermore. And just as quickly as he came, Raven and Daphne disappear into the fog or something. I don't know. And RVD's like, well, fuck. We're going to move forward. We've got a 60-seed open up. Yes, it's that tag team match I was talking about. In a decent match, the Dudley Boys defeated Tosetsuba in a 2v2, 2-3 falls match in 12:08 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening when Bubba Ray Dudley defeated Tajiri by pinfall with a 3D. Great little tag team opener here. Hopefully a lot of fun action. Overall, I'm pretty happy to wrap this up here with a Dudley Boys win. A win that they've kind of needed, I think, as they've stalled a little bit momentum-wise. We move into a promo here from Jerry Lynn. Remember last week, he saved Balls Mahoney from an attack from Mike Awesome. And he's in the ring, and he says, Mike, wherever you are in there, I know you're here tonight. Mike, I'm not going to take that shit. This company's not going to take that shit, all right? You lost. Awesome. You lost to Rob Van Dam because Rob Van Dam's better than you, and I'm not going to have you run around and take your frustrations out on other people on this roster. That's not what this company's about. You can't run around here like a giant terrorist spreading fear among everybody because they have to face you in matches. No, Mike, I know you. You're better than that. You might be a violent, vicious man, but you don't attack people out of nowhere, Mike. Somebody has to stop you. And there's a great quote talking about how in times of need of a hero, often the hero at first doesn't realize it's him. And that's where I was, because I watched what you did 2 weeks ago. And I was going to watch what you did last week. And I wasn't going to do anything until something switched in my brain. Something clicked. And I realized that my championship reign, the most important thing to ever happen to me, would have never happened if somebody like you randomly assaulted me. And I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to have other people have their dreams crushed because you're upset, you're jealous, you're angry, whatever, Mike Awesome. I don't know how the fuck you're feeling. But I know how you are going to feel after I kick your ass. It's not going to be very good. We get a promo here from the Suicide Blonde, Sexton Christian, with Angelita. They're backstage, and they're talking about how they're so excited, they're pumped, they're ready to rock and roll, they're ready to be up all night, woo, as they take on the Stormtroopers in the main event tonight. They're going to become number 1 contenders, face the Hardy Brothers, smash them, wait, what? Beat them, wait, what? Pin them, wait, what? Fuck them up, wait, what? Best them in a wrestling contest. That's right, best them in a wrestling contest and become ECW World Tag Team Champions. We get this match here with Jericho and Little Guido. They don't click. I'm glad I didn't wait till TV special or pay-per-view like I originally wanted to for this. It's 65 as Jericho beats Little Guido in about 56, as I can't talk, with a submission with a Lion Tamer. That's pretty alright, and we get a Jericho promo afterwards. No, we don't. Where's the Jericho promo? Oh, shit. I may not have moved the Jericho promo. It might be at the end of the show for no reason. Whatever. We'll keep it. It'll make sense. Here, Tommy Dreamer comes out to the ring. He's with Beulah McGillicuddy, and he talks about how, people, Jerry Lynn said it earlier, and quite often people don't know they're heroes till they're thrust into that moment where they are heroes. Sandman, what you did to me wasn't just breaking up our tag team. It wasn't just, cutting ties or whatever the hell you'd say. It wasn't cutting loose. And Sandman actually kind of comes out into a balcony at this point. And he says, I'm glad you're here so I can say this to your face, you piece of shit. You broke a friendship that we've been building since the very first day I was here. Me and you bonded over our battles with Raven. We've bonded in the past couple of years running tag team matches together. And sure, I'll admit it. Maybe we weren't as good as we should have been. Maybe, just maybe, we should have Maybe we should have gone for the tag titles. Maybe we should have... No. Me and you did what was right. We fought for this company and for the people in the crowd. And now you stabbed me in the back. Sandman, everything that we tried to stop from happening, you are. As the heart and soul of this company, I won't stand for it. On a business level, you broke up me and you as a team. On a personal level, you broke up me and you as friends. I don't care how I do it, whether it's in a parking lot, backstage somewhere, in a food stand at a mall. Food stand? In a food court at a mall. Whether it's in a ring, whether it's in a bar, whether it's on the moon. It wouldn't matter. Sandman, you're going to be glad you're up there, because when I get my hands on you, I'm going to pound you into a bloody pulp. You think you're a killer. You think you're a bad, bad man. I know something that you don't, Sandman. You're not shit, buddy. You've ridden your entire career off the coattails of the woman next to you and the fact that you have a fucking signature weapon that you figured out a way to wield in a way that nobody else can wield. Because I'll be honest, Singapore cane shots from you hurt just a little bit more than they do from anybody else. And I don't know how you do that, Sandman, but I'm going to learn, and I'm going to turn it on you, and I'm going to beat you to an inch of your life just to make you cry out for mercy before I finish the job. Moving forward. Oh, there's your Jericho promo. Jericho puts himself over. He comes back out after that and says, "Hey, I beat Lil Guido. Jericho, baby!" Yeah, we'll go with that. We've got a match here as Sabu defeats Darren Drozdov in about 8 minutes by pinfall with a triple jump moonsault. Actually, a pretty damn good match. A 70C+. Overall, good performance here from Sabu. He's picking up momentum, picking up a victory. And after the match here, 64C, Abyss comes out, of course, led by Percy Pringle, and he just beats the shit out of Sabu. It's a brutal beatdown, you know. Abyss sending a message. Raven's flock, or nest, I guess they're technically called here, even though I like the flock name way better. Raven's Nest, making their mark known on ECW. The troops are ready for war. This is it. 0 hour. Lance Storm, Chris Candido cut a promo with Tori Wilson, Dom Marie with them. They talk about how everything that they've done has built up to this. They need to get those tag titles sooner or later, because if they don't get those tag titles back, it's kind of going to be in a weird spot for them. They really don't want to let Shane Douglas down, because the triple threat has a revolving door of members, and that means that they could technically get kicked out. Which is something I played with at one point in my head, but I kind of like the duo of Lance Storm and Chris Candido. If that means anything to you. But will it not? I don't know. Let's go to our main event. It's a 70C+, but then a good wrestling, decent reaction to the crowd. The Stormtroopers drew with the Suicide Blondes in 15:38 when the referee lost control and stopped the match. So imagine just all the managers that ever getting involved. The refs, like, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. We're running out of time on the broadcast. Oh, fuck, we just have to call it. We'll pick it up sometime later, maybe, or something. And these 4 guys are clearly pissed off about it, because, well, who the hell's number 1 contender now? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. But to end out, actually, oh shit. Kurt Angle's in the ring. He's got his television championship around his waist, and he says, "Now, folks, as the greatest ECW television champion of all time, I have a right and a commitment to make this belt as important as it's ever been. And I'm going to do that one way. Hey, Tazz, you want to do it again?" And Tazz comes down to the ring and stares Angle dead in the eyes. And he says, "Kurt, I respect you. I respect the fact you're the only man in a year and a half who could beat me for that belt. But you did it once. You sure as hell ain't doing it twice. If you want Tazz, Kurt Angle too, You've got Tazz Kurt Angle too, and Tazz holds out his arm. And Angle looks at his hand. And he shakes it, and it looks for a moment as if Angle might sucker punch Tazz, but you get a feeling that beating Tazz at 100% means more to Angle than just beating him would. Angle doesn't want to risk Tazz getting hurt or injuring Tazz because it means more to Tazz to kill his legacy finally in their second match against each other, while Tazz is 100% and doesn't have an excuse. Or other people don't have excuses to make for him. Show overall gets a 79B-, up in 7. Perfect. There is Paul Tracy of Ireland. He's a young technical grappler in the European tradition. He's a decent young talent with some good skills on the mat. He is, however, not the most flashy wrestler around. God damn it, Paul Tracy, you son of a bitch. Paul Tracy, you've done it again. Just waiting for the game to load up here. All right, perfect. We've got an RVD opinion. He thinks that little Guido's pretty good in the ring. I would tend to agree with that. Overall, stuff's looking good here. There's Mike Legacy. How close are we now to the big number? We are still just as far as we were. 2 points a pop away. Did we gain a point a pop off that show? No, we didn't. That makes sense, actually. Now that I think about it, of course. Overall, of course, we're going to be making money. We're up 5,000 this month, which is a good number. And, yeah, without further adieu, if you will, I'd like to sign her out. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can follow me on Twitter if you want, or you don't have to. Doesn't matter to me. This is Silly Duck, signing out.